And sing our opening song, Welcome, Welcome, to all of you this morning. So welcome the opening song with divine energy. I will guide you through. Alright, here we go. Divine energy flows through me. Healing my spirit, body and soul. Divine energy flows through me, cleansing my doors and making me whole. Love and quiet, strong and clear, God's voice within me knows no fear. Divine energy flows through me, healing my spirit, body and soul. Love and quiet, strong and clear, God's voice within me knows no fear. Divine energy flows through me, healing my spirit, body and soul. Divine energy flows through me, healing my spirit, body and soul. Divine energy flows through me, cleansing my doors and making me whole. Love and quiet, strong and clear, God's voice within me knows no fear. Divine energy flows through me, healing my spirit, body and soul. Love and quiet, strong and clear, God's voice within me knows no fear. Divine energy flows through me, healing my spirit, body and soul. Healing my spirit, making me whole. Oh, say good morning to your fellow neighbor. Namaste, shake a hand. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Nice to meet you. Glad to have you with us. Hi, Debbie. I'm fine.
How you doing?
Good morning.
I'm so glad.
Oh.
We rise together. We rise together in unity and love. We rise together. We rise together, together in love. May I have a seat?
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
So wonderful to have you here with us this morning. Let us affirm together our opening statement. There is only one presence and one power in my life and the universe, God the good. This is our twice piano, which represents that sweet, divine Christ essence within each and every one of us. Let us affirm together our vision and mission statements. Centered in God, we inspire spiritual transformation, creating a world of love, peace, and prosperity. We are an inclusive spiritual community, inspiring, awakening, and serving in love. Well, my goodness, the Johnson family's here. Wonderful. And guess what? We have a lovely young lady with us.
And some handsome young fellows in the back.
And yes, yes, we actually have some children. Yay! Now we come to the children's blessing. Let us not forget that inner child within each and every one of us. Keep him or her healthy, loved, and let us bless and be so grateful for the very special children in our lives. Ah, so precious. And all the other children in the world. As we affirm together, we love you.
We love you.
We bless you. And we behold the Christ in you. We accept you just the way you are. Walk in beauty. You are divine.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and say another song. Go ahead and stand up. And it is also in the red book if you'd like to follow along the red songbook. Confident Living, 159. Go ahead and stand up. And the words will also be up on the screen, but it's 159 in your red book if you want to follow along that way. Confident living, banner of light, comes from the Spirit with glorious light. Confident living cleanses my soul, giving the Spirit fullest control. Confident living fulfills
You know, what is prayer about? Prayer is about faith. Prayer is about knowing deep within our own soul that this divine spirit has the power to move in and through us to heal what needs to be healed. Whatever situation is going on, whatever is happening physically, mentally, and emotionally. So we open ourselves in that divine confidence. Let's be with that for a moment. Divine confidence that there is power and energy available to us, that we direct with love, with divine power. And Spirit, we give grateful thanks for those prayers that are written down, that are here in this box. We'll give grateful thanks also for those prayers that are within us, in our hearts, that which may never even be expressed. And in this moment, being in absolute confidence, here, now, this second, as we breathe, that as we ask, we are answered. And for this, we give our grateful thanks, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, dear Minister. Now we come to the daily word. I behold the Christ essence in myself and others. These words were written by Richard and Mary Alice Javal. Remind me there is a divine connection joining me with every person. There is a level in every human soul which knows no conflict, competition, or contempt. A level which knows only peace, harmony, and love. In fact, it is peace and harmony and love because it is the Christ essence of us. When it is hard for me to see our connection, I can improve the situation by lifting my awareness. I redirect negative reactions by remembering the Christ in me. And then I can begin to recognize it in others. In my mind and heart, I connect our higher selves. Beyond the outer facade of hurt feelings, fears, and apprehension is our Christ identity. Seeing it in others helps them see it in themselves. From John 1, verse 16. From his fullness we have all received grace upon grace. And now we come to preparing ourselves on the precious Lord's Prayer. Let us relax even more. Still our minds. And let us say together, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
And move even deeper into that place of oneness and connection. Just letting go, expanding, allowing, inspire. As you breathe in, I am inspired. I'm inspired by that divine energy. I'm inspired by that Father energy. I am inspired by that awareness of that Christ that is within each one of us. I am inspired by our master teacher who taught us that as we connect with that divine energy, that we are supported in all of our life. We are supported. We receive our daily bread. Let us know that. Can we know that deep within ourselves? Can we know that for others? Can we reach out for those that are in hunger and know daily bread for them? Can we know what is ours to do in that situation, in any situation? Can we know that we are not led into temptation, but we are kept from it when we allow that divine essence within us? And what is temptation? Oh Spirit, keep me lifted. Keep me from moving into that place of fear and anger and negativity. Let me turn into that light. Let me allow that light. Let me breathe in that light in this moment, here, now. Faith. Faith as small as a grain of mustard seed. Faith smaller than that mustard seed. Faith of an atom, just an atom of faith, has the power to transform my world. And as my world is transformed, the worlds of those who are interacting with me are transformed. Spirit, in this moment, only here, now, it only has to be in this moment. We let go, we allow, we accept, we claim. And let us move into that deep silence of our own heart and soul, claiming absolute, perfect faith in this moment, in this silence. And let us gently bring ourselves back into our conscious awareness, holding that awareness of faith, holding the understanding that I only need faith in this moment, in one moment, the only moment that there is. When I feel fear and concern, let me bring myself back to this moment, knowing this moment, knowing that divine energy flows through me, healing my spirit and making me whole. Remember those words as we move forward. Divine energy. I am one with divine energy. I am whole. And for this understanding and awareness, we give our thanks. So it is, and as we grow in our understanding, we are making it so. Amen. So I didn't get to see all of the Johnson family here. You know, when you sit up in the front row and you have your back to everybody else, you don't get to see everything that is going on. So good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
So glad to be here. So glad to have air conditioning. Something came across Facebook. You know, there's false gods and there's true gods. Well, the God that invented air conditioning, for those of us who live in the South, and summertime is a true God, and somebody was putting that out there. Just to remind how grateful we are. So, as you know, we have been looking at altars in the world. Today we're going to shift a little bit. We're going to be thinking about this place as an altar, and we're also going to be looking at our own selves. So our altar of purpose. What's our purpose? How many of you say to yourself, what's my purpose in this life? And you hear other people, I had $1 for every time I heard somebody say, what's my purpose? I'd be a millionaire. What's my purpose? So we're going to kind of look at that and see what that's all about. And we've been discussing the possibilities of acting together as a group, as showing up as unity. And we've been doing that sometimes. Amy can tell us what it feels like to have us show up as a group when she's up there performing, bringing that energy. We've done other things. We did the yard sale. We've done other things. When we show up as a group, there's a special energy. But when we think about that, how are we showing up? Where do we want to show up? What is our purpose? What is our purpose here as Unity Church, as this group of people that meets here? We need to think about that. And maybe different things at different times. But I found this quote that really seemed to me to fit a lot of what I hear from people here in this church. And it's about hospitality. Hospitality means primarily the creation of free space where the stranger can enter and become a friend instead of an enemy. A free space where a stranger can come in and become a friend instead of an enemy. Hospitality is not to change people, but to offer them space where change can take place. Think about that. Where change can take place. It is not to bring men and women over to our side, but to offer freedom, not disturbed by dividing lines. And I really thought that really expresses unity. Yes, we have teachings, but we have no demand that you as individuals accept those teachings. You're free to look at them. We offer that space. I firmly believe that change can take place. It may or it may not. That's your choice in there. But we offer that space. And I think about it, and we talk about it sometimes in our class, whether the class is down there or up there, that we're in a place that we can share ideas that are different from each other. If you hear some of our discussions, we just talk in all kinds of ways about things, but also freedom to have ideas and to express them out loud that are very different from the other spiritual groups around us. We have that. But to provide that, for somebody to come in and say, I'm asking questions, I want to know about this. No, I don't agree with that, and have it be okay. So I think that is one major purpose, both of this particular group, but of Unity in general. When I first came to Unity, having that space that I could grapple with things I'd never even heard of before, and ask questions and go, oh, that doesn't make any sense at all. And be able to have that support. We offer each other here in this group the opportunity to see the divine in each other. You ever come in sometimes and you're not feeling like there's any divine in me at all. But I'm here because I know that other people around me will see that divine in me. They will support me. So many times I've heard people say, I didn't want to come, but I knew I would feel better. We offer that. And that is part of our purpose for being here, because this building doesn't offer that. Though I do have to, let me just change that a little bit. You can walk into this building, be the only person in here, and feel that energy supporting you. But the reality is that energy comes from all the people who gather here. We just got word, the Buddhist groups are meeting here for years on Sunday afternoon. It's going to be moving. They're moving out to UAH. And, well, I hate to see them do that. I think they will have opportunity to gather other people. But, before the Buddhists were here, we had the Sai Baba group, which is a Hindu group. And they've been here for years and years and years. So we have this energy, and so let's put it out there. The next group who will bring that additional energy. And we offer that space. So they come here, they're not Unity, they don't, a lot of times have beliefs that are different than, they may support, but that's not our job. Our job is to allow them space on there. Now, last time I was up here, I spoke about our own selves as being altars in the world. And this is really important when we begin to think about purpose and what we are doing. And I gave you a little possibility, a process that I wonder if anybody did it. I said, well, what I actually said was to stand naked in front of a mirror. But what if we just stand in front of a mirror and look at ourselves? Stand in front of the mirror when we get ready to brush our teeth and say, you are the face of God. If I can't look at my own face and say, you are the face of God, how can I look at your face and say, you are the face of God? Because there are other people looking back at me, and if I don't recognize that, what's going on? And if I don't recognize people as the face of God, how do I interact in this world? So here's a little story, and it kind of goes parallel with this. So there's two elder monks who had never had an argument, but they looked out there and they saw people argued all the time, and they thought, we need to have an argument. We need to know what these other people are doing. We need to understand this. So one monk said, okay, well, we'll figure this out. And he went over and he found a brick. And he sat it down between the two of us, and he said, okay, now here's what's going to happen. And, I'll say this is my brick, and you'll say, no, that's my brick. And that's how arguments begin. So, you ready? Yes, here's the brick. That's my brick. No, I beg your pardon, but that's my brick. No, that is my brick. Well, if it's your brick, take it. And they didn't learn how to argue. So we're in that reverse process. We don't need to learn how to argue. We need to unlearn how to argue. Unlearn it. Unlearn it. And it begins by looking at us and seeing our own selves in that divine energy. And if I can see that in myself, how many of you have arguments with yourself? I don't know about the rest of you. But can I begin to move into that place of allowing people to have their opinions? That's the biggest thing. You have an opinion and it's different from mine. And I want you to have my opinion. I want you. Can I come to that place of saying, that's your opinion. And I honor the fact that you have that opinion. And here in this time of electioneering and all this, you know, I've said right from the beginning, this is a perfect opportunity for us to practice this. And so I'm in the pool, and I'm this flaming liberal, and I'm in a pool of conservatives, and we got into a discussion, and you know, okay, it's getting a little bit more heated in the pool of water wasn't cooling enough. Just to be able to step back and say, you know, I have this opinion and you have your opinion, and they're both valid. My opinion is no better than your opinion. And then somebody else that was part of this says, and isn't that what our country is all about? Is to allow people to have their own opinions. And yet how hard is that sometimes? Because sometimes we think if we allow the other person, that means we're agreeing with them. So to be able to think that process through, no, they have their opinion, I have mine, and you know, we can allow it to be that way. To see what happens when we don't demand that other people believe the same way that we do. Now, how's this all leading up into purpose and what our purpose is? Well, the author of the book I've been using for this series, Barbara Brown Taylor, tells this story about herself. So when she went to seminary, she said, I went just because that's what I needed to do at that point in time. I had no mission, I had no purpose. You know, I just knew in that point in time, seminary was where I needed to go. And it's really interesting because I know somebody who's right in that place right now, and an adult woman, she's late 40s, early 50s, is going to seminary, begins in August. Now, I don't know whether she knows what her purpose is, but Brown Taylor had no idea. And she gets to seminary, and here's all these people. I'm here, I'm going to be a minister. I'm here, I'm going to be a missionary. You know, everybody that she was coming in contact with knew what they wanted to be. This is why I am here. And she didn't. She had no idea. She had no idea. So, you know, she began this prayer process. In the evening, she found a place by herself out in the dark and really began praying. And she said, and in this process really began to know what prayer was, that deep prayer inside of herself. What's my purpose? Why am I here? Why am I, you know, what is going on? And so, as we've noticed from other stories that I've told, God doesn't, you don't sit down and go, okay, God, answer me this. And God says, oh, here. No, weeks, maybe even months. She sat and she prayed. And then finally, she heard a voice. And the voice said, your purpose is whatever pleases you. Whatever pleases me? What kind of an answer is that to get from God and belong to me? Do whatever pleases you and belong to me. So, some of you are probably saying, oh, that's a pretty story. But if my purpose is whatever pleases me, why am I in this job? Why am I getting up at dark 30 and driving out in that heavy traffic? So I offer you a process. So whatever it is that you're doing and you're not really pleased with, so first of all, you ask yourself that question. Why am I out here in this traffic or whatever it is? Why am I out here going to a job that's dull and boring? What's the answer? So why? You know, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Well, the answer probably is, well, I like to eat, I like to pay my rent, you know, I want to stay alive in this world. Why? 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 Why do you want to stay alive in the world? Pay attention. Why do I think that is important? And there's probably different levels of questions. Do you think about how many of us spend time to ask, what is in my soul that says I want to stay alive in this world? So this question out here that people are asking, what is my purpose? And we just ask it out there, but we don't go into that soul deep inside and say, soul, what do you want? What do you want me to do? What is going on here? And the answer may be, people say, I want to make a difference in this world. Well, what does it mean to you when you say, I want to make a difference in this world? Can I make a difference right here, in this moment, whatever it is that I'm doing? Can I make a difference when I'm on that highway, in that traffic, where everybody is doing the same thing I'm doing and get out of my way? Can I make a difference in that moment? Can I be in that space and saying, I am here, sitting in this car, driving on this road, and my intention is to be different. My intention is to be that peace. Now, we're still learning about energy, and we don't even know exactly how it works, but many of us have experience, we know that, we feel that. So can I be driving down the road in peace? Can I walk into my workspace, wherever that is? I am peaceful. I'm bringing peace. Now, some of us work with visualization processes, so I had a friend several years ago who got hired and was in a government position that a lot of times, they already know somebody within the office and they want that person to get that position. Well, in this case, she was not from that office, and they brought her in, and everybody was really upset that they brought somebody in from outside, and she could feel it. She could feel it when she walked in. Well, her visualization process was, as she began to come down the corridor and come to the door of the office, she began visualizing the color purple. The color purple for her was a very spiritual process, and it gave her kind of a visual process. And so she just visualized that as she walked in and go about doing whatever she was going to do. Well, 6 months later, an opportunity came up, and she was going to be leaving that office, and they had a really big farewell party and said, we are going to miss you. We are really... So, what did that energy that she kept putting out there every day when she walked in? I'm putting out this energy of divine love. So we think about that. How can I be here in this moment making a difference? And if I cannot be making a difference in this moment, what makes me think that if I go someplace else, I can make a difference? You ever thought about that? If I can't make a difference here, where else can I go? Why would I be a different person? If I can't look in the mirror and see the face of God, what makes me think I can look at you and you and you and see the face of God? What is our purpose here? To do what pleases us. What does that mean, what pleases me? I have to ask that question. What pleases me? And belong to that divine energy, to allow that divine energy to move in and through us. So, the bottom line is, it doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter. It's how we do it. And we see that all the time with people speaking words. One person can say a set of words and we know that they're angry and they're pushing back on us. And the same person can say the same set of words and we're feeling enveloped and hugged and loved. Just pay attention. Pay attention to your own tone of voice, which says it's not the words that I say, it's how I say them. So it's not the actions that I do, it's how I do the actions. And somebody reminded me, maybe this was in the Thursday night thing, that 84 or 87% of communication is in body language, which includes tone of voice, all of these things. 87% is in body language. And have you ever had a conversation with somebody coming down the hall, or maybe you're driving along and you come to a stop sign and you're confused, and somebody is standing there and you're trying to ask them where to go, and they know what you're saying, and all you're doing is, and they're doing this, and they got your message and you got their message, and you went on knowing what it was all about. Pay attention. It's really funny. But it happens. 87%. So pay attention. So all of this is, and belong to me. So in this process, where is the kingdom of heaven? Right here, right here, right now. And think about it. If we've cannot experience the kingdom of heaven right here, right now, do you think when we move to a different plane of existence, we will be able to experience the kingdom of heaven? If it's here and it's within me and I'm not experiencing it, why do I think when I die, when I move on, then I will be able to experience this? So what can I do here and now? When we hear all of this that's going on, we go, okay, that's really nice, and I can be at peace, and I can have faith in this moment, and then I go out and I turn on the radio or turn on the TV, and I hear what's going on. What can I do? Well, this past week I've been to 2 meetings of hearing people thinking about things that they can do, talking about things that they can do. But one of the things that I did not see here in those 2 particular meetings as part of the meeting was the people in the audience talking to each other. Now there's another meeting that you may not have heard about. I think it's going to be ongoing. It's called REACH, and I don't remember what the initials stand for, but it meets at Low Mill at 3 o'clock on Sundays. They had their first gathering last Sunday, and the people that went, I've talked to a couple of people, said they broke up into small groups and sat around. And yes, there was a mix of black and white there. It wasn't just all black people, it wasn't just all white people. Now the 2 meetings that I went to, yes, there was a mix, and yes, we stood around and talked to each other outside. But the second one that I went to, and I went to it knowing I got to show up there because all my buds will be there. Well, the person who is sponsoring this, Dolores Smith, Dr. Dolores Smith, who is the Vice President for Diversity at UAH, as we were gathering, as we were coming in, she comes walking in, and she says, well, I see the choirs here. And basically that's who showed up, was the choir. We need to find places, we need to do things where it's not just the choir, it's not just the people. I sit here and all of you really know the bottom line of what I'm going to say. I probably have not said anything in years that part of you doesn't already know. But how do we make that connection with people who do not know that? How do we have conversations with people who think differently than we do, or think they think differently than we do? How do we have those conversations? So we need to think about that. Who am I as I walk out into this world? Who am I as a spiritual person? Who am I as unity in this world? How do I go out there? How do I make use of that? So remember, if we don't know we're in the kingdom, we can't experience the kingdom. If we don't know we're in divine order, we don't know we're in divine order. And if we don't know that our purpose is and belong to me, let's just take a deep breath and say, I am willing and open and ready to accept my purpose is I am divine energy. I am this divine presence in that world. I am that as an individual going out in the world. I am that as a member of a group of people who presents that face to the world, who does its best to create that sense of energy and allow it to flow out into the world. And let us all know we belong to the divine, and so it is. Amen.
Great message as always. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and stand up and sing us a new song. So, Desmond, we're going to sing, stay on that first screen twice through. I'm going to sing it through so they get the feel of it, and then we'll look at it. Alright. You ready? It's called We Are All One People by Freebo. It's just real, it's actually a children's song, but I really fell in love with it. So it was real easy breezy. Okay, and I'll sing it through. You and I are both the same. We are all one people, open hearts and open minds. We want to be peaceful. We all live in one big world, all the boys and all the girls. You and I are both the same. We are all one people. You have fun? So we're gonna go ahead and sing it all the way through as you see it.
Right there.
There it is, right there. You and I are both the same. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. We're off the beat, hold on. 1, 2, 3. You and I